Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks sports scene, brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse, Thompson Sales, and Deadeye Gun and Pawn in Sparta. Here's your host, Scott Purrier.
Welcome in to another edition of Around the Ozarks Sports Scene. I am Scott Purrier. As always, big thank you to you for tuning in and watching this week. We're going to talk championship basketball in the Ozarks, and we're very pleased to have with us two of the members of the Strafford Lady Indians Class 4 state champions. They wrapped that up this past weekend. We welcome in Elsie Larsen, the senior, and Kinley Larsen, her sophomore daughter. Sister, probably not a daughter. We don't want to go that route quite yet. But Elsie and Kinley, thanks for your time and looking forward to talking with you.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Well, it's been 3, 4, 5 days now. Has it all settled in yet, the state championship and kind of the run you went on?
Not really. I mean, it's still just like people say like good job at school and stuff, and it's like you still can't really believe that you won or anything, but it feels really good to know that we did, though.
Well, and the tremendous surge at the end, you know, with a little bit of drama there with Elsie, the Colorado State signee, going down with a knee injury in the district championship game against Rogersville. 2 minutes into the third quarter, Strafford rallies behind that and goes on and sweeps on the way to the title, in large part due to her little sister Kinley stepping up and was looking at the numbers and, you know, 31, 32, 31, 31. You kind of had a nice number there of points that you kept hitting. Why are you stopping at 31 and 32? Why not throw a 40 up there or something?
I don't know. I probably could have if I wouldn't have missed so many layups and free throws, but I guess it is what it is.
Well, and the injury to Elsie happened on a Friday night in the district finals at Rogersville. Amazing stat in that Elsie went down about 2 minutes in. Actually, a tie game at halftime, 38 all. Some contact on the layup. Elsie goes down, goes out, tries to come back. Elsie, when you tried to come back, what was the sign that it just wasn't going to work for you?
Well, I did immediately get up and I was like, okay, like I feel good. And the trainer said, okay, well, I need you to go sprint and cut and show me you can do all the things. So I just like busted down the hallway and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then I go in and I'm like running and my knee just kind of feels like it's floating. And I try to like turn and my knee just kind of like shifts and pops like again. And I was just like, at this point, I want to be out on the floor, but I'm not helping the team. So I knew it was time.
Did you know it was an ACL in your mind? I mean, you never had experienced anything like that, had you?
No, I hadn't.
Yeah. And then Kinley, when you saw her go down the first time and then go out, what was going through your mind?
I was super scared. It was just like what's going on? Like if it's super serious. I knew it like definitely was like not good if I knew like it was like bad enough for her not to be playing. But I mean after I just had to like clear my mind from that. Like I couldn't be too like into like what was happening with her. I was just like I have to focus on the game right now or else like we're not gonna like we have to do this for her now. Like we can't be stuck on like how upsetting this is. It's just like we have to turn our focus to doing this for her and like winning this game.
Well, and you go on to win 75-68 over Rogersville for the district title. I think 26 of your 31 points in that game in the second half, had 16 in the fourth quarter. Was it just, were you kind of angry? Were you just kind of super fired up? What was going through your mind with her?
Yeah, probably like all those emotions for sure. It was just like, we really wanted to win that game, and like I was just gonna do anything possible to get that job done. And I mean, the crowd was crazy, so like their fans had been yelling at us the whole game, so that was definitely had a little bit of like edge going into it too. So yeah.
We should mention that Dad, Dustin Larsen, is the head coach of the Strafford Lady Indians. And so, I saw an interview with him talking about it, and he had to put the dad part aside and figure out, just like you guys did, we got to go on. We got to, worry about this after the game and see what's next. What was that Friday night like at home when you guys all got home? And I mean, Elsie, did you kind of have an idea it was an ACL at that point in your mind, or not?
Yeah, I had one of their good trainers that they have there, that was in the stands from Rogersville. He had came down and he was testing it out and everything. He said probably ACL, but need to get the MRI and everything. So, but he was pretty confident, and so mentally that was almost good because I didn't have to guess a little bit and I could mentally prepare myself. But yeah, from that point on, that night, it was just more about focusing because we had a game on Monday, and it was about preparing and getting the team ready because there was no chance I was going to play on Monday based on like the swelling and everything already. So it was just about getting the team ready, and I was just getting ready to prepare myself too, and for just helping the team in the best way I knew how, and those who were about to step up into new roles.
What was that like? And I know you got all kinds of things going through your head, Elsie, but watching Kinley go off like she did, 16 points in the fourth quarter in that one. I mean, have you seen that out of her before at times?
Yeah, everybody always asks me if like I expected that or if it was surprising to me, and like I just keep saying no because every workout, every practice, like I always know that's in her, and like I see her show up every day and the work she puts in, and when she always rises to the occasion. And honestly, it was just so heartwarming to see her just put on the show like she did on that stage because that's when she thrives the most.
What was that next practice like when you guys finally got back together on? It's probably Sunday. Did you take Saturday off, or did you guys come together
No,
and practice on
we were
Sunday?
in there on Saturday.
Yeah. And I, we talked about the Friday night. How was mom? How was dad? Putting the coaching stuff aside.
um that night, it was definitely emotional. When I was in that training room, I was like, okay, like I'm ready. I'm just looking at the next step, getting prepared for the next game, and just trying to make it about the team. Like it's not about me right now. Like we have like a rest of the season to finish. Like my recovery will come, but coming back in there, mom's emotions, she was trying to hide it from me, but just those emotions were kind of starting to come out of just the not the rest of my season is unknown. So it was definitely an emotional night, but we got it together ready for the next day.
And Kenley, you guys play Boonville on a Monday in the state sectionals. Got off to a little bit of a slow start. I think you guys are down 10 or 11 early.
Hmm.
What kind of snapped you guys back into it and got you going on the way to the victory?
I think we kind of just had that little bit of an adjustment in the very beginning. It was just like we are kind of just trying to figure it out. We definitely did not come ready to play in the very beginning. It was like the first quarter, and yeah, like you said, like we were down a lot. I was like, I was not gonna. I was a little worried, and I was like, "Oh gosh!" But I was like, "It can only get better from here." So we eventually kind of just calmed down. We started playing our game, and we knew going into that second half, we're like, "Hey, like that first quarter, like wasn't us. Like we know how to play together now. Like even with Elsie, like not out there, we kind of got a little bit of a groove going. So we just had to finish that game off. And Elsie was a great leader from the sidelines. Like she was helping our point guard that came in that game for her, and she was helping me because I wasn't on very well in the first quarter. So she was like, "Hey, you got to keep shooting." Like everybody had to stay composed, even because that's normally Elsie's job is to keep everybody composed. But she definitely helped us out a lot that game.
Well, you come back, get the win, then you play Nevada in the quarterfinals on Friday night. Big win there. You had 31 in that one. Then you guys head to Columbia for the Final Four, and a fun trip and a really tough semifinal game. Cardinal Ritter, 55-52, the final there.
Mhm.
Going into that, did you guys expect that one to be that tight?
Yeah, we knew they were a tough opponent. They're quick, scrappy, really good team. So we knew it was going to be a dogfight. They weren't going to lay down, and but we were ready for the physicality and kind of just stuck to the game plan and made some free throws at the end and finished the game out strong.
Elsie, how did your role change being not able to play? But what did you decide during that week? I'm going to do this, and this is the way I'm going to approach this.
I just try to be very positive about the situation and just pour into my teammates just like I would on the floor, because I'm like, we only do get this chance once. And this was my final year, and I definitely didn't want to take a day for granted, whether that was just in practices, being on the sideline, being intentional. My role looked different just in the fact that I wasn't going to be out on the floor keeping the composed, like talking to everybody the way I normally can. Um, but just finding little moments throughout games to maybe grab Kinley or make eye contact with T or Blair or Ada, just to give them little reminders to keep them going, keep their confidence up, but also just be the biggest supporter, because that's really what I'm there to do. I'm there to serve, and I'm there to encourage them and have the best time, even if it's from the sideline.
And Kinley, who was the best Coach Larsen at the Final Four? Was it Elsie or
Uh,
Dustin?
I don't know.
It was me.
Elsie definitely
It was me.
competed with them. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, and then that takes us to the state championship game. You play Donovan, the defending state champion. Really emotional moment for, I'm sure, for the crowd, for you guys, for everybody. Elsie gets to start, gets announced in the starting lineup, comes out and feeds Trista Van Horn with a pass for the first assist of the game. 18 seconds of play, and then out of there with the ACL, obviously not wanting to damage that any further. When did you find out, Elsie, that was going to happen, that your dad was going to put you in the starting lineup, and how did you handle that news?
It was right before we went out there. He just pulled me out, and Ada was like, he needs to talk to you. And he was like, talk to Ada, and she is like all in for you starting. And I was so thankful for Ada. That just shows the selfish player she is. And honestly, it's a replication of like our team. That's how selfish they are. But it was just a really special moment for me just to get out there one last time. And he was like, we're going to try to draw up a play up for you. I don't think we can do the bucket exchange, or they'll give us a free bucket. I'm like, I don't want to do that anyway. I'm like, let's draw a play. I don't want to score. I'd rather pass the ball on and get an assist. That's what I love to do, is share the ball. So
I feel like a charity case if they're doing it the other way, right?
exactly. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're not doing that. No.
It's like the little kid finishing the 400 meters and everybody's clapping for him and everything. You didn't want that, right? You wanted it to be a legitimate play.
Yep.
Kinley, how did you hold your emotions in seeing her out there and getting to do that?
Yeah, it was pretty emotional. It was a really cool moment, but I was so happy for her. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, and you guys go on and get the 20-point win, state champions, great celebration afterward. You were moving around pretty good, Elsie, and the hopping around there and everything else. Were you worried about, I don't need to pop this ACL again? It's already gone. You might as well just get out there and have fun, right?
Yeah, they're just more worried about my meniscus, because they're not sure how much it was torn. But no, I'd been doing my exercises and keeping my mobility up so I can move around a little better than I was.
Well, and first state championship for Strafford since 2020, I believe, the sixth overall for the school. They had the great run with the Frank sisters, Haley and Kaylee, back in I think 2016 to 19 was their era. You guys weren't Strafford little girls growing up there because you were at nearby Catholic while your dad was coaching the boys. But did you remember watching those Strafford teams at all and seeing the Franks? And I pretty good reminder in your gym, and then when you walk in there and seen those banners throughout your career there now with Strafford.
Yeah, I mean, we had heard about them for sure, and I think we only watched them play a couple times, but I definitely remember them being really good, and like the legacy they made is amazing. But yeah, it's definitely a privilege to play and under that tradition and just try and uphold that every single day, and like the reminders of everything that they did. It's just truly motivation that holds you to a higher standard.
Elsie, you're scheduled for surgery this week to get that taken care of. As I mentioned earlier, you committed to Colorado State to go play Division I basketball. Kinley being a sophomore, you've got 2 more years left. What has Colorado State told you about what does this do to your timetable? I'm sure you go out there this summer and kind of get acclimated to college ball, but do you expect to play next winter, or are they talking red shirt or what?
Um, I'm kind of thinking medically redshirt. I'll go out June 14th. So we report pretty early. And so, yeah, I mean, my preparation will look different. It was going to be preparing for the season, but now it'll be more so focused on recovery and getting back hopefully for regular season and not the summer season. And then I'll just try to be practicing and working on my game until the following year.
So, I've seen a lot of interviews and read stories with you guys. You guys are best friends. How does that happen? I mean, sisters are not supposed to be best friends, are they, at this age? It happens when you get older, but how does this happen with you guys?
We've always been close. Like even when we were little, I think just like growing up in the gym together. I mean, it's always just been us. So, um, I don't know. I think we're kind of different in a lot of ways, but we like share a couple similarities. So I think we just keep each other entertained most of the time.
And you annoy each
So,
other?
yeah, I think
That's
Elsie gets
different.
annoyed by me quite a bit.
Elsie, give me a couple things that Kinley does to annoy you.
Well, she likes to follow me around like upstairs. I have a lot of homework, more homework than she does. So a lot of times maybe like, she's bored or she just wants to talk or be near me and I'm like, I love you to death, but I can't focus and do my homework. And she's like, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, Elsie, are you listening? Are you listening? And I'm like, I hear you, but like I'm trying, I'll give you a couple minutes and then I need to work on my homework or I'll come talk with you later before I go to bed or something like that. But yeah, that's probably one of the main ones. There's a few others, but we don't have to get into those.
So she can be like a puppy at times.
Yeah.
Yes, she's a
Yeah,
pretty good puppy.
pretty good puppy. Kinley, your turn. Is there anything she does that really gnaws at you from time to time?
Um, I don't know. I think she's really smart. And so like sometimes like my grammar or like something or like the way I'm acting or something like that, she's like she gets on to me. She's like my mom. Like she's with me, like my mom and I like we get along really, really well. And so like and I'm not with her all the time. But Elsie's like on me like how my mom is. And I'm like, Elsie, like you're like my age. Like why are you getting on to me? Like that's not your job. But she thinks it is, so that can be really annoying sometimes.
What was the experience like playing for your dad as coach for 4 years, Elsie, for you, and the last couple for Kinley?
It's been really fun. Our relationship has grown so much, just from player to coach, and obviously just that balance of dad and daughter as well. Um, but no, it's just been really neat, just to, especially because I'm kind of the point guard, and we've always had that just close relationship that helps on the floor. Sometimes I'm one to call a play, and he's thinking the same one. Uh, so it's just really neat to have been able to do that and just to have the off court time too to be able to talk about stuff. But overall, it's just been learning how to manage that dad and coach balance. And he's put so much effort too into that. He cares a lot. Like he never wants to take our joy away from it or overstep. So it's been really neat to just have our relationship grow in more areas and it's just made us stronger and grow closer together.
Kinley,
Yeah.
what makes Dustin Larsen a great coach?
I don't know, probably his attention to detail for
Mm.
sure. And he really like truly cares about his players. Like not only he always says this, like not only as players but as people. So like he's checking up on you and how you're doing in the classroom and how your other sports are doing and stuff like that. And like you're always welcome in our house. Like he'll always cook you dinner. He'll like he like truly wants to be there for you. So I think that's really special on like why our players have like a close bond with him and like respect him.
Mom was a college basketball player. You said Missouri Southern, correct?
Hmm.
So what's that like when you guys go on trips and after games? Because parents can like to talk about the games a little bit in the car afterward. Did you guys get it from both sides, or what were those trips like?
Um,
Yeah. Did you want to go?
you got it.
Who's
Okay.
who's worse about the that car ride talk?
Um, Honestly, probably my mom. It's
Really?
like, yeah, she is when she went to Missouri Southern, like when she played basketball, she was a big defense girl. Like that's what she went to college for. Like she guarded their best player. Like she was a dog on defense and she was good at it. So she doesn't really care about offense and how much we score and whatever. Like, if your defense isn't good and you're not hustling, like, she's going to be on your butt after the game. Like, that's all she cares about. So for me, sometimes defense is kind of a thing I'm working on. So she gets on to me and makes fun of my defense most of the time after games.
Elsie, what makes her a great basketball mom, a coach's mom, wife, coach's
Uh,
wife?
just her constant support and love. Like she gets it. Like she understands late nights that my dad is working on. Like he spends hours just working on practice plan because he cares that much. Like Kinley said, his attention to detail. Like she understands commitment, what it takes, and just knowing. And she loves that because he loves that, and he knows what our end goal was and what it takes to accomplish the things we want. And so honestly, that's just that's what makes her a great mom and a great wife is she understands our commitment and she loves that for us, and she's just always there to support us in everything we do.
So when did you guys figure out together you could be pretty good at this basketball thing? Because you really had no chance not to be basketball players, did you? Because dad was always a coach, mom was a player, you guys were water girls, and at what age did you kind of figure out, hey, I think we can do something with this?
Oh,
I would say probably like, hmm,
middle school
I,
maybe.
yeah, probably middle school. Like we both started taking it pretty serious, like at a pretty young age. But um
I'd say a little
I
before
think
middle school.
yeah,
Who'd you
yeah,
play with back in those days, like third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade?
Our dad.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yep, he
Uh
had a little Irish team, and Kinley played up with us too. So
Okay. 2 years, played up 2 years.
yeah.
Wow. What was that like?
In the beginning I rode the bench, I'm not gonna lie. I was a bench warmer. I just stood on the side, I like just sat on my chair and cheered on Elsie and admired her and all the other older girls, and eventually as I got a little bit older I started like getting in the gym and working a little harder because I wanted to go in more. And so eventually I actually earned a starting spot my last, like before we moved to Strafford, my last year I actually like started starting, and that was a big accomplishment for me.
And was junior high, you guys were always kind of different. I mean, you were in eighth grade, she was sixth grade, so you never played junior high school. Finally, I guess your sophomore year or your junior year that Kinley
Hmm.
became a freshman, you got to get on the court together again there. Is
Hmm.
that is that when Stratford kind of started putting things together a little bit?
yeah, I'd say a little bit. I mean, we've had a really good group all of the past 4 years since I've been in high school, but
Mhm.
definitely I'd say this past year and this year it was just like the chemistry and the bond of the girls because we were all a little tighter. Just made it more fun.
So next year, you're in Colorado State, out in the mountains. I understand you're a hiker. Is that correct? You love that
Yeah.
part of life.
Yeah, I do enjoy hiking a lot.
Did that play a role in why Colorado State? And was that part of the choice?
Well, we go out there all the time. Well, not all the time, but in the summer we usually try to go out there and hike a 14er, and so I've just always loved that area and that state. So when I knew I could possibly go out there for college, that was just kind of like a dream come true in a way because I wanted to get out of Missouri possibly and just learn to be a little more independent. But it was mainly the coaches and the family, just the way they carry themselves and what they value, more importantly, like, as people, but how they carry their program. And I just knew it was like a second family, and I can see myself there for 4 years.
Is that Fort Collins? Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. And who did it come down to, and when did you make that decision?
It came down to last year, right kind of when I had torn my meniscus on my left side. Um, I just knew it made me think a little bit more about things, and I was like, I've kind of known, I've kind of had that conversation when I was out there for a visit, and I was like, Mom and Dad, like, I want to commit. And they're like, well, we should just maybe wait and think about things a little bit. But eventually they were like, we know she knows, and we see how much she cares about it. And so we finally pulled the string.
And who else did you consider at that time?
It was mainly Colorado State. Missouri State, we had a close connection with them. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to go away, and Colorado State was really my top option at that time. There wasn't anybody that came close and checked all the boxes.
Did you have teams kind of try to get in on it here lately? Even though you're committed, or did pretty much everybody back off and let you play your senior year?
Yeah, everybody kind of backed off.
Yeah.
So
You're not going to have the puppy falling around in Fort Collins. The puppy's going to be back here for her last 2 years. Be careful what you wish for, because you may miss that puppy,
Oh, I will, no doubt.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Kinley, what's that going to be like for you? I mean, it's your team now, you and Trista, the sophomores coming back. You guys were the dynamic duo with Elsie down. Is that going to be weird going back to playing without her again now, without her around even?
Yeah, I'm kind of really sad about it because I mean I spend a lot of time with her. But I mean it is what it is. Trissa also has an older sister and she's gonna be going away to college. But we said that we'll have each other's back and that like if we ever need anything, like we'll always be there for each other. But yeah, I love playing with all those girls and especially coming back. I mean, I've been playing with them, so I can't wait for next year. It's going to be a new challenge, new season, new experience. So I can't wait to get going.
Well, when you put up a string of 31 and 32-point games in the state tournament, your profile gets raised as well, I imagine. Have you started hearing from some people and had some offers too?
Yeah, I have. Now that AU is going to be starting up again, I'll probably get some more calls and stuff. But yeah, I just got to keep earning my way.
Could there be a reuniting in Colorado of the Larsen sisters someday?
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Elsa, you're been a coach here during the state championship round. I'm sure you can convince their coaches is a pretty good little guard back in Missouri still that they could recruit, right?
Yeah, before this year, even last year, they've been well aware of her, and just they're not only recruiting her because she's my sister, but they definitely know what the type of player she is, and they know it even if I tell them like she's somebody you want on your team. So
what do you we talked about hiking. What do you guys like to do away from basketball together? What are some of the hobbies that you do together?
We play pickleball a lot, and we have done like what?
I would say I'll go thrifting with you sometimes.
I would say yeah, I love to shop,
shopping.
and so yeah, we do shopping, and then we tan in the summer and stuff. Elsie loves to go on like bike rides, and like we go on walks, and yeah.
Do you like Kinley? Do you like those 14ers, the 14,000 feet climbs, or are you just along for the fun? No,
No, I'm not really a big fan of them, but I like the views and stuff. That's fun,
Yeah.
but it's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, congratulations to both of you. Just an amazing story. The way Strafford picked themselves up by the bootstraps, and I imagine there were people in the community that when Elsie went down thought, well, we're done. That's it. Did you sense that at all, or was the community for the most part, hey, girls, you can do this?
Yeah, for sure. Stratford's community is amazing. I mean, they almost rallied behind us even more when Elsie went down. I mean, the amount of positive like reinforcement and like support that we had was amazing. And so yeah, I mean, I'm sure people counted us out, but the people that are really in our circle just rallied around us and cheered us on even more.
Elsie, is there any better way you could have finished out your senior campaign other than without the knee injury? I mean, it really kind of does come full circle for you, doesn't it?
It does. I obviously, besides wanting to play, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Very good. Congratulations. Thanks for your time and wish you both the best. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you so
You
much for
bet.
having me.
Thank you. You bet. The Larsen sisters, just a tremendous story. Elsie and Kinley, the way she went down and the way Kinley stepped up. I mean, 31, 32, 21, 31, 31, I think, in those last 5 games. Just a phenomenal effort. And congratulations to the Larsen family and all of Strafford for the way they made the Ozarks proud with that run. And we're going to talk more with one of our sponsors right after this break. We'll come back and visit with Alex Thompson of Thompson Sales. Of course, our podcasts would not be possible without great sponsors. We want to thank Colton Steakhouse in Springfield on South Independence or East Independence, excuse me, right down the road from Thompson's. We talk about every week. It's a great idea to go buy a new car or truck and then stop and celebrate at Colton's with a great steak or barbecue or those hot rolls, whatever you like at Colton's, they've got it, and it's always good. And then Deadeye Gun in Sparta, our latest sponsor. We want to thank Jonathan and the folks there. They're on Main Street in Sparta. If you need rifles, pistols, ammunition, hunting gear, things like that, they've got it all there at Deadeye Gun in Sparta. That takes us to our sponsor spotlight today, and we welcome in Alex Thompson, Director of Fixed Operations at Thompson Sales. Alex, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Scott.
You bet. You kind of wear many hats over there at Thompson's, like all the Thompson boys do, and one of those is partly sales, but also things like the new Quick Lube that's going up and service and those areas. Kind of give us an update because people have probably driven by the old Quick Lube and say, "Hey, that was my oil change spot. What's going on here? What are we going to do new, coming up new with that?"
Yeah, so luckily, fortunately for us, we do have a lot of great customers out there that do come to the Quick Lube. We do about 1,600 cars a month through there. So there's a lot of them that going through those little 4 bays. So we decided it's time to expand and be able to take care of the customer a little better. So directly behind it, we're building a new 8-bay facility that we're going to be doing oil changes in. It's going to open. We're shooting as of today. We were told we're shooting for end of May to get it opened up. We're during June we'll be sorry, my dog's going crazy in the background. During June we'll be tearing down the new one in front of it, and then we're hoping beginning of July to be fully up and operational. But during the transition, we will have one or the other will be open, so that'll be really good. And yeah, so the great thing about that, we're gonna have, like I said, 8 bays. We're going from 4 to 8 bays, and then we're actually a really big thing now is people want us to have appointments for oil changes. And luckily, with this new facility to accommodate the customer's needs, we're going to be able to offer appointments throughout the day to kind of help everybody with their busy schedules to plan ahead for those oil changes.
Well, and one of the things about Thompson's, one of the reasons you've been in business since 1919 is it's not just about buying the cars, it's keeping them serviced. And, if you get a fender bender, taking it to the Thompson's body shop.
Yep.
You guys take great pride in all those areas as well as just getting people in the vehicles they choose.
Correct. So
we froze up there just a little bit. Get Alex back here in just a second. I think we've got a little
lost you.
internet.
I'm back now.
There you go.
There we go. We're back.
Yeah.
So kind of mentioned service. So we have service. We service all makes and models in the service department. Body shop. We can fix all makes and models. Got a parts department. The Quick Lube. New and used sales, obviously. Big thing with us in service. I've got 4 GM world-class technicians, which is really huge to say. It's like over 1,000 hours of courses these guys take. And they say it's over 10,000 hours of on-the-job training required for these guys to become world-class. So it's great having those guys in my shop.
And I would say one of the things about Thompson's that people love is it's the same guys for years and years.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of turnover. I mean, something goes wrong with your car, you're calling your guy at Thompson's because he's going to get you in. He knows you. He knows your car. And that just makes everybody, I would imagine, feel more comfortable about the whole process.
Correct. Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a lot of employees with a lot of longevity. So you do see that familiar face every time you're in and out of there. I mean, the one time people leave is when they retire. So it's great to kind of for them to be with us for the long haul. That's how we want it.
Well, it is the end of the month, end of March here coming up, and usually the end of the month's a time when you guys are itching to sell cars and trucks and get people in new deals before the end of the month. What's going
Yeah.
on at Thompson's right now?
So, right now, two of the big things that I think are the biggest movers, there's up to $3,500 in trade assistance on the 1,500 trucks, kind of depending on the engine. So that's really good. 2012 or newer, you can qualify for, like I said, up to $3,500. And then on Buicks right now, there's 0.9% APR on those vehicles available. So, and then I think with that, there's no payments for 120 days. So 0.9, some stackable purchase cash, and then no payments for 120 days. So that's a pretty good deal.
Good combination. Yeah. What are the hot cars and trucks this year in GMC, Buick, and Cadillac?
We're real fortunate. A lot of things we got a really great truck. The Buick lineup as a whole, the new Invista this year is really nice. But anything, really any of them can stack up against anything else in their segment. And I think they can hold their own in their respective categories.
Well, been in business since, as we mentioned, 1919. The slogan the Thompson boys are dealing. You are about a fifth, sixth generation Thompson. I mean,
fourth generation.
Fourth generation.
So any given day, we'll have third, fourth, and fifth in the store, depending on if Dad decides he's going to show up or not. So if he's there, we got third in the store, but we're always going to have fourth, and then we've got the fifth generation now selling cars. So it's great having everybody there, having everybody together.
And it's fun to see Lynn there, kind of walking around the dealership. Yep. I mean, we were in there. I got my terrain from you guys, and the first face I see in the showroom, Lynn Thompson. And it was just like I was back in 1981 or 82, the first time I walked in there, and Lynn and George were there to greet me, and Uncle Milt. That's the great thing about Thompson's is you're going to see familiar faces, and you guys take pride in treating your customers like family.
Yeah, we do. Without the customers, we'd be nothing. So, I mean, they're the most important part of our business. Obviously, we got great customers, great employees, taking care of the customers. So can't complain about anything there.
You guys are big sports fans, big supporters of several events in the Ozarks. Always have been, whether it's Missouri State, Drury, the Price Cutter Charity Championship for so many years, things like that. Who is the best sports mind among all the Thompson's people there in the dealership? If you had to rank
it's
1, 2,
definitely,
and 3.
Definitely, you're talking like for like watching or
I think
ability?
Just knowledge, general sports knowledge. How would you rank the Thompsons?
Ooh, I'm definitely not up there.
Okay.
But I do hear some wild stats thrown around on a daily basis from everybody.
Yeah.
That,
well, it makes it fun, doesn't it? Because you guys love your sports, and you're not shy about giving crap to other employees about sports, and you're good at it.
Yeah, and that's my political answer to who's the most athletic, sports minded. I don't want to show up to work tomorrow with someone mad at me. So that's where I'll leave it.
Yeah, well, Alex, you guys do such a great job. It's why I've been a customer for 40 years and will continue to be. And thanks for your time and thanks for your sponsorship.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you. Have a good day.
You bet. Alex Thompson of Thompson Sales, again, one of our great sponsors. We thank them for their continued support. And that's going to do it for this edition of Around the Ozark Sports Scene. Big thanks to the Larsen sisters for their time. Congratulations to all of Strafford on that state championship. And we'll see you next week on Around the Ozark Sports Scene.